What's up, everybody? It's Matt from Night and Day Performance. We're here with Jordan, who's inside the car right now getting the headliner out of this 2023 Challenger. We're doing the LED install. It's getting tons of LEDs, so stay tuned for that in the video. This video right here is going to be for how to remove the front bumper on the 2023 Dodge Challenger. This will also be the same process for all of your Dodge Challengers from 2009 to present, or sorry, 2008 to present. All of the Dodge Challengers will have this same feature. They might be shaped slightly different, but this is the same process. So behind me is the Dodge Challenger. First thing we're gonna do is pop the hood. As you can see, that latch is on the driver's side, under the steering wheel, far left side at the bottom. On some of the older Challengers, it's towards the middle. There's a little button, not a button, a lever under there. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the shields that cover up the push pins on the top portion of the bumper. Those covers, you'll see we're going to pull those off, pull all those push pins out. On the wheel well sides, we have the wheel liners. We're going to have to pop those out. They're plastic rivets. You're going to have to take a pick tool or something, put it in the middle of it, stick it through, and it'll break the rivet. You'll have to get new ones of those for the Challengers. Underneath the bottom side, we'll have bolts, and when we get to that point, we'll go over that as well with you. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and start getting the upper portion taken apart, and I'm going to get the push pins taken off. So if you followed up to this point, you saw that we on the Challenger we took all the push pins out. Mind you that those push pins are only the 6 that are in this portion of the bumper. As you see, there will still be 6 more that are still left there. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and go underneath the car, and we're gonna unsecure the underbelly portion of it so that we can get this bumper removed. So underneath here, you're gonna see this push pin here. You're gonna see one here, here, here. So those 3, and another one on this side as well. You're gonna take those out. Right here you'll see a 10 millimeter here and here. There's 2 here. You can take those out if you want. Those 2 are not required. You can just leave this part kind of hanging, but we're gonna go ahead and take that off. We're gonna take this off. And once you do that, this part right here, you'll see little screws. I believe those are 7 millimeters. We're gonna take those out as well. So as we take those out, you'll see here just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and get all of that knocked out, and I'll show you the process along the way. You saw in the video, I got those out. Now just a reminder, this is an optional item for you. So this piece, I showed you in the video how to take them off, but you don't have to. I actually put them back. It gives you more visibility and clearance if you take this piece off right here by taking these 7 millimeters. And there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 millimeters across the bottom. You don't have to take those off if you don't want to. It makes it a little easier, but you can also leave it on and it will come off. So for this demonstration, I put it back on, decided to leave them on. Also in the fender wells, right in here, there's going to be 3 push pins. One here, one here, one there, on each side, which I'll show more of. It's right in front of the wheel. You need to take those off too. Make sure that all of this is loose. So as you can see, all of this is moving. That's what you want, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually get the vehicle's wheels off. Not required, but it makes it easier. So if you're able to put it on jack stands, take the wheels off, it makes it a lot easier for you to do the next process. So we're gonna go ahead and get those wheels taken off. Alright, so now we're located at the front of the vehicle. I'm on the passenger front, and we're going to go over what we're going to do to take off the rest of the portions of this before we get to the bumper. If you want, and you want to pertain the wheel liners integrity, make sure it's nice and straight like it is now, especially if you have a newer car, it's best to take the whole thing off as one piece. If you don't really care too much if it has a few wrinkles in it, there is another method you can do. You're going to take everything off of this front portion, which includes the 3 push pins here, these push rivets here, and you can fold it back to get to the bumper. But you're gonna put a crease here, probably gonna crease it here. If you don't wanna do all that, go ahead and take the whole thing off. There's 3 push pins in the back, a few up at the top, and some rivets. Get all those knocked out, pull the whole thing down. We're doing underglow and wheel lights, so we have to run wires anyway, so we're gonna take it down. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna quickly show you how to get these little push rivets out. Not push rivets, the actual rivets, they're plastic rivets. So easiest way is to get you a small screwdriver, which I'm gonna go grab. All right, now it can be a Phillips or a flathead. It's very small. And what we're gonna do here, I'll get you closer, is you see these little rivets here. Cutting them out and all is gonna tear up stuff and cause damage. You take this, make sure it's the same size as that hole, and you hit it, it goes right through it. As you heard, it broke on the inside. You do that with all 3 of them. And what that does is it breaks the pin that's in the middle that's retaining it. Then you take your little screwdriver and just bend it, and it comes right out. Just like that. Now, if any of these are stubborn and they don't want to break when you pop them with the center, you can drill the middle piece out. Some of them, like I'll show you the one up here, this one, it sticks out a little bit on the front and the back. You're gonna have to drill those out or cut them out. The drill in the middle is a little safer if you keep it at a slow speed. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this wheel liner torn off. I'm gonna do both sides the exact same way. I won't show you the same thing on both sides. But just stay tuned and watch me get into that. As you can see, we have the wheel liners out. Now the only thing we're gonna have to do on each side is we have 3 bolts on each side we have to take off, and we have to disconnect the fog lights. Where those bolts are located, there's one here, and then back there, there's one there, and then there's one up there. So the one in the middle you can get to from down here. This one, of course, you can get to from down here. The third one you're gonna have to get to from the top, which is easiest to get to right there. Aside from that, the fog lights, disconnect this on this side and then go around to the other side of the bumper, disconnect the fog light there. Some models will have multiple sensors and you'll have to disconnect also the side markers on each side, which are right here. And then as you see here, there's a harness that runs through, and you can disconnect that harness right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get those harnesses disconnected, get the bolts out, and the bumper will come off. So on the newer vehicles, you do not have to unplug the fog lights or the side marker lights. They stay with the bumper. There's just a one plug that I showed earlier that's on the opposite side. I'll link that picture here, and that's the one that's on the opposite side. Just that one plug comes off and then the whole front face will come off. To get the bumper off, grab right here, pop it out on both sides. As you work that out, slide the whole thing forward and get somebody to help you take it off so you don't mess stuff up.